This evening, two folks lost their lives by drowning over the weekend. Pastors sworn in as peace ambassadors. Dr. Hines says the battle of PNC head has begun. In the region, elderly woman complains of chest pains after a truck blasted music parked out in front of her home. And internationally, Donald Trump blamed U.S. politicians for problems with Russia.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, July 16th, 2018, and our news is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. I am Baby Bacchus, sitting in for George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. Did her son drown, or did a boat hit her son and kill him? The dead man's mother thinks it was the latter. Esther Sobers visited the grieving mother.
An outing at Splashman turned tragic after 18-year-old Ronaldo Gomes decided to go for a swim. He never made it back out of the water alive. News of the teen's death quickly circulated as indicated that he drowned, but according to the dead teen's mother, she's claiming that her son could not have drowned at the resort.
What I am contesting is that one of the boats that he used there knocked my son. He was hit in the water. He was hit in the water.
Gomes, a former business school student, was attending a job project with several persons Saturday last on the Linden-Suzik Highway, after which the men decided to enter the Splashman Resort. However, when it was time to leave the resort, Gomes was not found, causing his friends to fear the worst. About an hour after, lifeguards discovered the lifeless body of Gomes still in the water. The distraught mother, who adamantly believes that her son didn't drown because he knows how to swim, reiterated that the teen was hit by a boat at the resort. To support her claims, she showed this newscast pictures of her son's body after he was found. The very graphic images showed the young man's neck and part of his face severed. Gomes, whom his mother described as jovial, was looking forward to a planned family trip.
This is a heavy loss to me. I have to go and cancel my son's ticket because of death. I planned a vacation with my son for the 25th next week, Wednesday. He was looking forward for his trip. And he's no more. He's no more, sweetheart. And this is not easy on me. It's not easy on none of the family.
An autopsy report is scheduled to be conducted on Wednesday. Meanwhile, contact was made to the CEO of Splashman Resort, Lennox John. He addressed the claims of the teen being hit by one of the resort boats, citing that the young man must have ventured beyond the protective rope.
I'm sure he went beyond the rules because the police find him beyond the rules.
This is not the first incident of someone losing their life at the popular resort. Mr. John had this to say to patrons visiting the resort.
All they got to do is adhere to the rules and regulations.
Ronaldo Gomes leaves to mourn his 4 siblings and his mother and father. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Pastor Diego Alfonso sworn in and joins a part of a growing group of peace ambassadors. Wendell Jeffrey was at the ceremony.
In a simple ceremony at the Federation for Peace Chapel on Thomas Street yesterday, Pastor Diego Alfonso was sworn in as a peace ambassador. The presentation was made by President of the United Federation for Peace, Pastor Ronald McGarrell, and its local chairman, Haji Roshan Khan.
Congratulations on your appointment. We believe that you are most deserving. As I said, it is a coveted position that is given to persons only by appointment.
Pastor Alfonso is also the director of the Men's Bureau within the Ministry of Social Protection. He spoke after receiving the award.
Words fail me at this time. I feel very honored. I feel very humbled. I know it's a great responsibility. They say with every privilege comes a responsibility.
That's right.
And with the grace and the help of God, I will seek to represent everything that this Ambassador for Peace stands for.
Peace ambassadors are a concept of the World Unification for Peace Federation and there are about 400 peace ambassadors in Guyana and millions around the world. Those who are certified as peace ambassadors around the world are recognized by the United Nations. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Dead is Elroy Marks, 43-year-old fisherman from Dartmouth, Essequibo. He died after he was stabbed to the neck with a broken glass bottle by his drinking buddy. A brawl broke out during a drinking spree on Saturday afternoon at the Kamaka Waterfront Northwest District. A statement from the Guyana Police Force noted that an argument escalated into a fight during which the suspect allegedly broke a bottle and stabbed the victim to his neck. The bleeding was profuse and the victim was rushed to the Mabaruma Regional Hospital in an unconscious state, where he succumbed to his injuries while receiving treatment about 8:55 hours Saturday night. Police said the act was allegedly committed by a 43-year-old laborer. The man has since been arrested. WPA member David Hines says the new PNC chairperson should provide a clear path for the party. Wendell Jeffrey reports.
In his weekly column in the Kaichor News and online, Dr. David Hines is making the argument that while the jostling for the leadership of the PNC, the People's National Congress, has begun, there is no clear focus for the party. Hines noted that the PNC commands the largest bloc in the coalition. Hines suggested that the smaller parties in this coalition plays little or no role in the guiding direction, vision, and policies in the government. The WPA executive member opined that there is a dissatisfaction with the government's performance by its supporters. He concluded that the PNC's key constituencies, such as teachers, public servants, villagers, and youth, are crying out for policy attention. Hines noted that the move to form the APNU group was a winning strategy. He said that the former PNC chairman, Robert Corbin, is the architect of the strategy, even though he is not given the credit he deserves. The outspoken Hines said that the chairmanship of the PNC is particularly pivotal at this juncture because whomever succeeds the current chairman, President David Granger, will be the leader of the party and by extension, the leader of the APNU and the coalition's presidential candidate. As he concluded his article, Hines asked a couple of rhetorical questions of the PNC. Does the PNC still believe that coalition politics is the future? If so, will it continue with the strategy of dominating the coalition, or will it strive for a more even-handed approach? Hines' website is GuyanaCaribbeanPolitics.news. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Orphan Scholar among those honored by PNC executive. Local company takes products to the streets. But first, here's your foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
so wrong. That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have two options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Welcome back. The girl from Laying Avenue, who was orphaned at 4 months and cared for by her foster mother, was one of those selected to be honored together with the president over the weekend. Wendell Jeffrey reports.
Natalia Squires, the Laying Avenue orphan who topped her school at the grade 6 examinations, was among those who were yesterday honored along with President David Granger. A release from the Office of the President said that the idea of the presentations was born out of the President's passion to educate the nation's children. The donations were made by the members of the Central Executive Committee of the People's National Congress to coincide with the President's 73rd birthday celebrations. The presentations were made to 3 students who were successful at this year's National Grade 6 assessment. 11-year-old Keith Edwards from Riverside View Village topped the Cayuni-Mazaruni region. 12-year-old Angela Balgobin performed remarkably in the Bath Settlement District. And 11-year-old Natalia Squires, who attended the St. Pius School in Middle Road, Le Penitence, topped her colleagues in every subject, securing a place at Queen's College. Each student received a laptop computer, a printer, a voltage regulator, and $25,000 in a gift certificate from the Austin's bookstore. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Humani company took their products to the streets of Georgetown. Past buyers were enticed with the samples. Shamar Allen was there.
The Humani brand took their products to the streets of Georgetown. At Rob and Cam Streets, the company showcased their products, so the public can be aware of the various products they offer. The sales administrator, Michelle Real-Wall, told Headline News that they offer quality products that Guyanese can be proud of.
We're here showcasing our Umami line of product. As you know, the Umami line of product stands for pleasant taste, or Japanese word meaning pleasant taste, and we're here showcasing our entire line of product to Guyanese public. What we're basically trying to do, and we hope that the Guyanese can get, is a product that they must be proud of. It's not only a bottle of pepper sauce, but it's something that can make an impression on their minds as to what Guyanese can actually offer to not only Guyana, but the Caribbean and the wider world as well.
Every week we'll feature a local product here on Rob Street. For Channel 2 Headline News, Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. The spirits of some returning Guyanese were dashed after they were attacked and robbed while celebrating a school reunion. Esther Sobers tracked that story.
What was supposed to be an enjoyable evening spent with old friends having fun at the St. Joseph High School reunion has left one of the former students and her colleague in a state of shock after the woman was robbed. The woman was identified as Judy Homken, a gynecologist. She was robbed of a gold wristwatch worth approximately US $225. Her colleague Michael Sam, was attacked by the same bandits. The incident occurred just after midnight on Friday in the vicinity of Stella Morris Primary School on Wolford Avenue, a short distance from the St. Joseph High School. According to reports, the woman stated that two unidentified males approached them and demanded the duo hand over their valuables. Sam was gun-butted in the process. Police investigations are ongoing. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. A family vacation turned tragic after a 46-year-old man on a jet skiing excursion in the Demerara River lost control and is feared drowned. Ravendra Budraj, called Rick, is an overseas-based Guyanese who was on holiday in Guyana with friends and family. Reports are that the man might have drowned in the vicinity of Coverdin on East Bank Demerara after he lost control of a jet ski he was riding. Budraj had just returned from Santa Mission with friends. They stopped off by the Jetu sawmill. Budraj got onto a jet ski with a friend and went skiing. Police officers were told that the victim lost control of the jet ski and they both fell into the river. A businessman who was nearby rushed to their rescue in a boat. However, only one of the men were pulled out of the water. Several searches were made for Budraj, but his body has not yet been recovered. An investigation has been launched. Don't go away after the break. In the region, elderly woman complains of chest pains after a truck blasting music parked in front of her home. And internationally, Donald Trump blamed politicians for problems with Russia. But first, here's this week's Bridge Retraction schedule.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Are you kidding me? Really? So wrong. That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have 2 options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Welcome back. Here are the regional and international headlines of the day. In Trinidad, An elderly woman was rushed to the hospital with complaints of chest pains after a Carib stag-branded truck blasted music moving through part of her community following the World Cup finals. Miss Chin Ching, 85, is believed to have suffered a mild heart attack. Reports claim that the truck stayed for approximately 2 hours in front of the elderly woman's home. According to the residents, Councillor June Durham asked the police officers who were escorting the truck if they could have the DJ lower the music, as it was affecting the 85-year-old woman. The request, however, was ignored. The councillor then contacted the St. James police station for assistance and reportedly had the phone hung up on her. The residents say the truck was eventually moved 20 minutes later. The stress was too much for Mrs. Chin Ching, as her grandchildren alerted their uncle that she was feeling unwell, complaining about chest pains. An ambulance was called and she is currently being treated in the hospital. Heavy rains from Tropical Storm Beryl have left at least 8,000 people displaced and 19 villages without communication in the Dominican Republic. Thousands are left without drinking water as the storm has knocked 75% aqueducts out of service. The capital of Santo Domingo was left without electricity, and the center still has 22 provinces on alert for flooding and landslides. A member of National Congress, Aito Bisono, tweeted pictures of a recently opened hospital flooded. Bisono tweeted, "A country with a supposedly growing economy cannot have hospitals where it rains more inside than outside." Tropical Storm Beryl was earlier a Category 1 hurricane, but was then downgraded to a tropical storm. In spite of having lost its earlier heavy wind power, strong rains pose an equally dangerous threat. 700 homes were flooded and 2 schools collapsed. And in international news, Donald Trump has said ties with Russia have never been worse and blamed U.S. politicians ahead of his first ever summit with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. In a tweet, the U.S. president criticized former President Obama's stupidity and a rigged inquiry into alleged Russian interference in the 2016 election. Despite some U.S. politicians had called for it to be cancelled after 12 Russians were charged with hacking on Friday. The summit will still take place in the Finnish capital of Helsinki. And finally, Italy will allow 450 migrants who were picked up from an overcrowded boat on Saturday to disembark in Sicily. The decision was taken after Italy said that France, Germany, Malta, Portugal, and Spain had each agreed to take 50 migrants. Malta and Italy had earlier insisted that the other country should allow the boat to dock. Italy's new government has toughened its policies in an effort to stem the flow of arrivals on its shores. So far, only women and children, 57 in total, have been allowed to land in the Sicilian port of Pozzallo. For Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus. And now the weather for the week and beyond. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, on our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Tuesday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I am Baby Bacchus signing out from your newscast, saying thank you for staying tuned and do have a blessed evening.